I have a friend who told me about a year ago, no one wants to invest in a sinking ship, Trav. And so from that point, I became very serious about just showing my best and offering my best. I outgrow forms. I explore forms. I find the limitations of those forms, and then the forms cannot hold me. Some say don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle. Okay. I'm not giving up.
Labor and the expression of worth.
Yesterday was a crying, sick, sad exhaustion on the brink of despair. Today, still exhaustion, just not the despair. So just trying to keep my mind out of self-pity and hopelessness. I have gone as far as I can go. I just want to park this car. I just need to stop. I feel really betrayed, hurt. I feel betrayed by God. Like there is no wisdom that's leading me. There's nothing to discover. I have to remember that's not true. I may live in a world that does not want to compensate me. My message obviously does not resound in such a way that you feel like sharing it, and that's not an accusation. I've been realizing that for many, many years, that my best work is not something that people want to share. I don't think that's self-pity. That's just a fair assessment. So if you do not know how to monetize yourself, then you have to go be a paid worker. It's either paid work or the hospital. It's paid work or exile. That's what it comes to. I think that's a fair assessment. Paid work or the hospital. Paid work or exile. Paid work or homelessness. If you do not know how to monetize yourself, if you don't have something that the world sees valuable enough to give you money for just being you, for doing your best work, then you are a paid worker, which to me is the same as a slave. Just to put it in the most concise way, get back to work, slave. And that's how I process it. And I've done a lot of attitude adjustments. I've done a lot of shadow work. I've done a lot of stuff, and still I come to this. And I realize that a bad attitude is not going to get me anywhere right now. And I cannot be in self-pity. I know these things. I'm just trying to, this is what it appears like to me. This appears like a forced work situation. Go to a place that will give you an hourly wage and do what they tell you to do. That is terrifying to me. It is literally terrifying to me because I'm setting myself up for just more of the same. For many, many years, I have quieted this complaint in me, and I have accepted the way things are. And I have my 2 college degrees, and I have all of my time exploring many different professions and also devoting myself, demanding of myself, especially in the profession of physical therapy. Also, as a musician, I have over and over again brought myself to new heights. I have reinvented myself, recreated myself. I have given myself to the mental health care system that was available to me. Now it is not available to me because I do not have a job, because over and over again I have exhausted myself at a job. And now, in order to get one of those jobs, I have to put on a face like I'm something that I'm not. I have to pretend like I'm going to be some kind of model employee, because that's how you get jobs, is by putting on the smile and telling them that you want the job. So there's a lie that I have to tell in order to get one of those jobs, and the lie is that I want this job. Maybe I will want to eat at some point, and I will be able to get a job because I want to eat, and maybe I can tell the employer that I want to eat. That's a natural course. When one finds himself in this place that I am, this place of homelessness, no physical address, maintaining a job while you're living out of your car is a difficult thing to do. It is difficult to stay clean. It is difficult to manage. There are weather conditions. I have a friend who told me about a year ago, no one wants to invest in a sinking ship, Trav. And so from that point, I became very serious about just showing my best and offering my best and improving myself. My life has been like this. Well over 10 years ago, I did a musical concert called Getting Back Up, because my life is just about getting back up. And I'm sure you can relate to this. I'm not alone in any of this. I'm just processing this. I'm saying a lot of the things that I know you feel. If you have some kind of like a huge need to defend our current system, then God bless you too. God bless you. God bless you in your acceptance of all of this. And if you are experiencing success in this, then God bless you. And if you're comfortable with all that, God bless you, because God knows that if I were capable of being comfortable in this, I would be. I don't think you know maybe how often that has been my prayer. I'm a joiner. I've been trying to join, and I have joined over and over and over again so many times, and I've taken care of my attitude problems around some kind of idealism. This is just how the world appears to me. I have taken myself to the edge, to the point of exhaustion many, many times. If I am some kind of anomaly, it is in what we might call these extremes, this bipolar. I live life in extremes, and I do not know how to stop that. I do know how to live with it, but it is very difficult to live with it in a work environment, because it is like stuffing a jack-in-the-box, just trying to cram something that's too big into a thing that is too small, putting new wine into old skins. I don't know how we need to say it. I outgrow forms. I explore forms. I find the limitations of those forms, and then the forms cannot hold me. And everything that I'm saying has there's a criticism. There's a criticism for all that I'm saying and all that I am. And you can rightly find many ways to criticize me. As far as I understand, that just makes me one of us. Some say don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle. Okay. I'm not giving up. I'm not going to start beating myself up. I'm not going to start cursing all of this, because I've given myself the grace to do that before. I know what that's like. And right now I'm just saying this hurts. To be in this world is very, very painful, and I do not know how to. I don't want to take advantage of anyone. I don't want to be the one who is not pulling his own weight. But this whole thing about paid work, it's either pathology. If you don't fit into the paid work system, it's pathology. If you don't fit into the paid work system, it's exile. I don't want to take advantage of anyone. I don't want to be the one who is not pulling his own weight. But this whole thing about paid work, it's either pathology. If you don't fit into the paid work system, it's pathology. If you don't fit into the paid work system, it's exile. If you don't fit into the paid work system, if you cannot, there's a reason why we're out here. And can each of us who are out here in this homeless state be criticized? Have we done something? Are we imperfect human beings? Yes, but as I'm looking at everyone else, it doesn't seem really that there's some kind of like a huge righteousness gap between the people who do not have homes and people who do have homes. I have conformed. I have gone to my therapy. I have taken my pills. I have done my exercise. I am doing exercise. I am pushing myself to my very limits artistically, and just out in this world. I'm going to the places that scare me, trying to discover something that I just cannot see, to allow something in myself to be discovered. I have been to the churches. I have been in the books. I've been to the treatment centers.